That's right. And we're back, and we're glad you're with us. Welcome to the Eternal Baseball Podcast. As always, this is Cameron.
Yeah, welcome, Cameron.
We appreciate our research department showing up because God knows
you may actually be earlier than the hosts.
We're going to get something wrong tonight. We usually do.
He's definitely earlier than me for most of these broadcasts.
Right? Like, hey, Cameron, you see Brent? Brian, where's Roto?
Welcome, Brian.
In fairness, Roto's got other stuff to take care of before he can sit down at the mic. So, always
welcome,
good
Tino.
To see everybody. Tino's here. Munchkin's here. Look at this.
Oh, welcome, Munchkin. Yeah. Wow. Things all here.
I'll be honest. I wasn't sure that Astros Angels was going to pack them in tonight. But this is what we call a twofer because we do promise. Promise is a strong word. We do really try to get every team on the Eternal Baseball Podcast every year. And we haven't had the Astros or the Angels. And since it was an interleague play weekend, I think this was the lone matchup between two teams that hadn't had that Eternal Baseball Game of the Week spotlight.
When you get a chance to play Bobby Grich, you do it.
Gotta bring it in, right? I cannot wait to show you the most dominant Houston Astro of all time. We'll get to it when we get the game fired up. If you're scoring at home, and as Craig Kilborn used to say, good for you. But the teams we haven't got to yet include the Diamondbacks, the Orioles, who've had a great year, Boston, the Marlins, the Twins, and the Pirates. So we will endeavor to get around, and maybe we can find a good Baltimore-Boston matchup some Sunday.
Welcome, Dave.
Dave's here. Look at this. Yeah, right. One of my favorite bits, I think I read it last week, said when Danny Glover told Mel Gibson, "I'm getting too old for this," he was 41 years old. So Danny Glover can stuff it. About tap it out at 41, whatever. So
let's really 41. Yeah, there's sort of that meme, right? The people back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, the high schoolers look like they were 35.
Yeah, absolutely. But like LeBron looked 31 when he came out of high school. Not
Greg Oden.
Poor Greg Oden, man. He did have the knees of a 70-year-old. So, when he got to Trailblazers camp, Sabonis looked at him and said, "Those knees look pretty bad, man." So, we do have a good game tonight. It is Astros Angels, and the Astros have been hot lately. And the Angels are a funny team because they're 9 games back in the West. But Oakland's been really, really good. But LA's been pretty good. They are the second wild card holder right now, so they'd be in the playoffs if the playoffs started today. And I think Houston's only 5 games back of Atlanta out there in the NL South. So we got 2 teams, fighting for it.
Yeah, in the midst.
So good to have them running around. So if you're new to Eternal Baseball, thanks for joining us. We do this every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. You can find everything we do on our homepage. That's eternalbaseball.com. But you can also find us. We're very social. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. And if you're brand new, we call it the best baseball ever. It's the very best players of all time, all at their statistical peak, simultaneously competing for an eternal championship. So that's what we do. We're at our 5th season right now, a little past the midway point. We do want to wish happy birthday to Mark Burley, who I've already told the Burley story when I worked in sports radio. And he came up for his first start. I had no idea how to pronounce his name, so I skipped him. I'm like, not again. We'll see if this rookie
just trailed off, man. Mark.
So I was like, we'll see if this kid hangs around.
I mean, to be honest, those radio stations had a little bit of a button you could press to kind of scramble it a little bit. So it sounded like.
Yeah, the best was the dump that just got rid of it because you ran on a 7-second delay unless you're playing live play-by-play, right, of a game. So anytime somebody would curse on the air, this big red button, like a Staples button, you'd hit it. And the last 7 seconds would just disappear, would never go out over the air. And then slowly over the next 20 minutes, it would slow down the audio that was going out just barely to build those 7 seconds back up again.
Really?
So, yeah. And so I had a host on a remote once who just kept dropping the same, or on remote, meaning in the field. I can't see him. I'm producing back at the station, and he just kept dropping the same curse word over and over and over again. And it was clear, because I've never had a problem with him before, that he didn't understand that this is one of those you can't say on the radio. Just kept hitting jump over. I must have jumped him 12 times in a 15-minute segment. It sounded terrible over the air. Because I can't talk into his ear while he's doing the show, right? I have to wait until the break. And so finally he throws the break, and I'm in his ear, and I'll make up a name. I'm like, Randy, you can't say that on the air. He's like, say what? And I'm like, say. And he's like, oh man, I said that like 20 times. I said, I know, Randy, I know. Stop it.
Well, I got to say, I'm curious now. Could you give us a little hint on what word it was?
No.
Okay.
But I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, Cameron Fletcher with a good point. Yeah. I don't think Keith Richards is getting older, right? I think he's just fossilized, and that's where he's going to stay. Okay, so Mark Burley, George Scott, Gabby Cravath, who I know nothing about but need to look up, Lee May, which I liked because it's short. I could fit it in the box here. Dylan Betances, who's one of my favorite pitchers of all time, and the Yankees just wore him out. They pitch him for 2-3 innings in relief because he was intoxicated. He was so good. He could go a couple innings. And they pitched him like in relief, like 60, 80 innings a year, 3 years in a row. And then they didn't try to re-sign him when he hit free agency. And as a Yankee fan, I'm like, how are you going to let this guy go? And he was done. He was done. He was never any good anywhere else because they threw his arm out. So respect for Dylan Betances, who makes their all-star team or their eternal baseball team because he was so good for that window. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who still qualifies at catcher, I think, by the way, if you're trying to stash him on your fantasy team. Ray Kramer and Bo Diaz. So pretty. I don't know that there isn't a Hall of Famer in there, I don't think, but still pretty good representation.
In our hearts.
Yeah.
Several.
Yeah. Somebody out there's got a Bo Diaz jersey on right now in one tier coming down. And speaking of jerseys, I don't have anything Houston or Angels. I try to sport something. But for now, if I don't have it, it's either going to be Pat Tillman or Ricky Henderson, who Tillman probably rooted for Henderson growing up in the Bay Area, but whatever. That's my new Ricky jersey with the Ricky patch on it that they're going to wear this year.
That's cool. I like it.
Be the first on your block to have a Sacramento A's Ricky Henderson jersey. At least it doesn't have a Vegas patch on the other side, right? Let's see. Let's see here. Nice. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I don't know that Tommy Morrison's a good get. At one point, he probably was.
Yeah, he was hot for a bit there. He was at the Great White Hope there for a bit.
Man. Right? Yeah. Tommy Gunn. Yeah, short ride with a quick finish. Let's see what else. Okay, so bouncing around the league a little bit. Let's see. David Ortiz has the best hit streak right now. That's a 13-game hit streak. Cubs have won 6 in a row. They're hot. We got a new batting leader overall. That's Al Simmons of the Oakland A's, hitting 349. So when I put up the daily scoreboard every day, it rotates every day between the batting leader, the ERA leader, and then both. And it had been the same guys for, like 6 weeks. It's been Tulowitzki at the top with Dolph Luke from your Cincinnati Reds. And Dolph's still there, but Randy Johnson's catching up on him. But now we got Al Simmons up in the top. 2007.
Right. Wow. So that's a late Morrison appearance.
Yeah, he was bitter at that point, apparently.
When was his prime? It must have been, was it early 90s? I'm trying to remember. It must
like early mid 90s, right? I think he was after Tyson. I think, but I have to dig back into that. Let's see what else. Oh, Grover Cleveland for Philadelphia became our first 20-game winner this week, and then got beat in his next start. So he went from 19-5 to 20-6. They'll still get you Cy Young votes. And then also in Philadelphia, Chuck Klein is still chasing his second consecutive Triple Crown and probable second straight MVP. Although Ted Williams is raising his hand right now and going, Triple Crown doesn't guarantee you an MVP, my friend. I'm sorry, Ted. I don't know if there were probably bigger injustices out there, but you win the Triple Crown and not the MVP. It has something to do with your relationship with the writers.
Yes, there you go. All right.
So Chuck Klein's hitting 342. He's leading in homers by several. He's leading in RBI by several. But 342 in the National League trails Jose Altuve, who's 344, and Troy Tulowitzki, who's 348. So he's not far off. But the later it gets, the more
he's got a good chance.
Is. Maybe. I mean, Philly hits a ton. So we'll see. And I think Philly overtook Oakland for the best record in all of Eternal Baseball. So might be a red October. We'll see. But anyway, let's take a look at the week it was. We'll share the screen here. Entire screen. Yep. Here. Share the audio in. All right, here you go. So pinks and golds just all over the place. I'm only showing the weeks that we of recent memory.
The damn Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees have been hot, but Baltimore's been really good too. So this Yankees squad is not as good as they usually are. So I'm not seeing a title in the future, but they might win the East. But Baltimore's pitching is much, much better. At least their starting pitching. So we'll see if Baltimore can hang on and win their first AL East crown. Remember, the only two teams that have won their division all 4 completed seasons of Eternal Baseball are the New York Yankees and the Birmingham Knights. And it won't be the Knights this year because they're having a terrible year.
Stunningly bad.
Nobody's hitting much, and normally there's 5 or 6 guys hitting a ton. So the pitching hasn't been great, but the hitting's been terrible. So Birmingham is not at 45 and 68. They're not making the playoffs. No way. And that's good for Kansas City at 62 and 51. Looks like they're going to break that stranglehold the Knights have had on the AL South. We'll look at the standings here in a second. But for the week it was the Cubs at 6-0, Tigers at 5-1, Yankees 5-1, Cardinals at 5-1. All very strong. Tough weeks for your Miami Marlins, Milwaukee Brewers, and Texas Rangers, all at 1-5. So that's what the week looked like. And we could play a little EverQuest if you want, but maybe later. But here's the standings as they are. The Giants are up a game on the Dodgers. Remember, this includes tomorrow's games because I got to sim them early. I can't sim them after the podcast. I'll be up till 1 a.m. I need my beauty sleep. This doesn't happen by itself. So San Fran's up a game on the Dodgers. Atlanta's up 5.5 on Houston. St. Louis up 1 on Chicago and 4 on Cincinnati. Philadelphia up 25 on Montreal. I got to find out their magic number. It's got to be like 20 or something, right? Like, that's in play for Philadelphia. They're actually way better than Oakland. Wow, Philly's got 78 wins. Oakland only 72. Oakland up 9.5 on the Angels. Kansas City up 16 on Birmingham. Detroit up 8 on Cleveland, and Baltimore up 2 games on the Yankees. So that's what we're looking at. Let me hide.
Well, yeah, if we get a rain delay, we'll just play EverQuest for a little bit.
Yeah, the Tales of Weber Soze, Paladin of Mar, still out there fighting the good fight. He's getting old, but that's all right.
Did they age him in the game at all?
No.
Okay.
But you can type in played, and it'll tell you how many years your guy has actually been logged into the game. Because if you
like
leave
literal years, or
like if you leave him logged in overnight to get in a safe place to get other spells cast on him,
gotcha.
You're getting credit for playing the game, even though I've had him online for a week before without moving him. So the number is terrifying, but it's not accurate. I just don't know how bad it actually is. But Happy New Year on Thursday. I'm not following that exactly. You have to explain that one, Ken. I'm easily confused. But as of right now, We're going to hop into the scoreboard here. Here's tomorrow's scoreboard if you're dying to see it. But it's got to be quick because there it goes. Because it's time for Houston and Los Angeles. Oh, okay. Forgot to give you the recaps. Game 1, Mike Scott and Jared Weaver pitched to a stalemate. Jose Altuve cracked a solo home run in the 10th inning off K-Rod, and Billy Wagner slammed the door for his 7th save as the Astros edged the Angels 4-3. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Happy New Year.
That makes sense. I was thinking, is it Chinese New Year? Like, what are we?
Look, I'm just saying, as a guy with 2 Dodgers on his fantasy baseball pitching staff, I am 2-0 at the moment in wins. So I really want to win every game on the schedule this year. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good, right?
Some year, yeah. They could be, next year, your name could be the 1974 Miami Dolphins. Just keep going to numerically upwards.
Ironically, all those guys, all those Dolphins are rooting against me, right?
Got the champagne crate.
I love how they get together and crack champagne and hate watch whoever the last undefeated team is. That's awesome. Game 2, the Astros chased Shohei Ohtani with 5 runs, but it was Lance Berkman's grand slam off Scott Shields that put this one to bed as Houston tuned Los Angeles 9-3. So the Astros are going for the sweep tonight against the favored LA Angels. So let's fire this up. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, I thought it was 73, so I was saying next year would be 74, but I even got that wrong. So
you can't blame us. We weren't alive for the 72 Dolphins. But props to Larry Zonka. Okay, so pitching wise, man, I was really hoping for, who was it going to be? I'm looking at real stats. I got to look at replay stats. So if I rank them by ERA, how they've done this season, I was hoping for Mike Scott, who was a late add to their rotation, but he's been real good, or Don Wilson or J.R. Richard, who's not actually active because he's been struggling. But no, we're getting Turk Farrell tonight. I don't know anything about Turk Farrell, so I looked him up a little bit. He actually started with Phillies, but he was an original Colt 45, and their only All-Star from 1962. So kudos, and I don't know how this works from a naming perspective, but he's the father of Rich Dotson, who pitched pretty much all of the 80s for the White Sox and Yankees. He was won 111 games. So not too bad. Combined, they probably won 200 games together. So good for him. He was a Colt 45 turned Astro from 1962 to 1967. So good for you, Turk Farrell.
That's a big blind spot in my baseball knowledge.
Yeah, I just love the idea. It's just, it dates it so much that they would let them be named the Colt 45s, right? Because Colt was an actual firearms manufacturer, right? Maybe still is. Yeah. So how did that licensing work? And the logo is actually a gun with smoke coming out of the back to make the C of Colt.
Those were cooler days, yeah. Washington Bullets. I mean, man.
Right? Brave New World, right? The Minnesota Murderers. Nobody ever talks about them. That's a good spot. Minnesota Murderers. So over here on the Angels side of it, their starters have not been real good. Jared Weaver's just fine. Nolan Ryan's fine. Ohtani's fine. But you start to get to Tanana and Dean Chance, and it's a little lean there at the bottom of the rotation. So they shook things up, and they're going to start Jim Abbott today. His very first start of the year. If you don't know Jim Abbott, geez, look him up. The first one-handed player in baseball history. And he was a pitcher. And he went to the University of Michigan. Guys, when they saw him, when he was first in college and first in the pros, they would try to bunt on him because you have to figure that out, right? You can't field the bunt. I know it sounds like dirty pool, but that's a free base hit every time. And so he was so quick. He would pitch, he was left-handed, and he would pitch with his glove. He had an arm. He just didn't have a hand on the end of it. He was born that way. And he would have his glove over the end of his arm there, the base of his wrist, and he would hold it tight to his chest. and he would pitch and flip it around. And even more amazing than getting the glove onto his left hand was how he could field the position and get the glove off and the ball into his left hand.
His transfer was amazing.
Incredible. And so guys, they didn't bunt. They tried it when he first came up. And they saw you can't bunt on this guy. So no one ever did. So Jim Abbott, I mean, just the spectacle of the day when he came up, because he didn't pitch a day in the minors. He pitched at Michigan, got drafted, went straight to the big leagues, and was really, really something for the Angels. Threw a no-hitter for the Yankees. That was a good time. Actually came back to the Angels later in his career. So he's an Angel from 89 to 92, 95 to 96. And given that he was a rookie in 89 and was this unique a story, he was the hot rookie card for quite a while, especially he skipped the minors too. Hardly anybody ever did that. So yeah, and this is is a little dark for Munchkin, but we'll allow it for now. Mordecai Three Finger Brown, famous for losing part of his hand in a thresher accident on a farm in the 1910s, I think.
Crazy.
But Cam makes a good point too. I remember reading the story that Michigan played in a couple tournaments or leagues, or I don't know what it was, but they played in a couple things that didn't allow the DH. So the pitchers had to hit, and Abbott cracked a triple in his first at bat. I mean, everybody's seen that drill where you're swinging one-handed, right, with the bat. That's Jim Abbott's life, man. He cracked a triple down the line. So good for him.
Wild. Yeah, and he was a decent punter too, right? Like passable. Yeah,
it's just an incredible story and a wonderfully nice guy. And I actually think not enough is made because he played 10 years. He had a good, not great career, but the story is so incredible. It just always felt like Jim Abbott should have had more long-lasting fame.
How did he didn't have a film, huh? I mean, that's like a Disney movie, just like
you would
put on a tee, right?
Like Disney made one about the rookie year,
lefty, right? That Marlin.
We made one about a Tampa pitcher, right? Was it?
Marlin? Or Tampa? I think it was Was he a Marlin? Yeah, you're thinking the Randy Quaid, right? Or Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, not Randy. It's easy to mix them up, but they are nothing alike. Randy Quaid's last season wearing a tinfoil hat, chasing aliens. But a guy who was, a guy who blew out his arm and then just became a teacher, but then threw, 90 something, throwing BP, and they're like, you should get back out there, coach. And he did. And he had played 2 years or something. Great story,
great story, yeah.
But Jim Abbott, the one-handed pitcher who pitched for a decade.
And they clearly have a CGI to pull that off now. So
and threw a no-hitter too, right? As a Yank, that's pretty something.
So all cool.
Right. So anyway, Craig Biggio make the cut.
Hey, welcome Dagon.
Yeah, Biggio's on the squad. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Biggio's valuable, really valuable, because you can play him as a plus defender at second or center field or an average catcher. Some people forget he came like Dale Murphy, came up as a catcher. So in a pinch, you can always drop him back there. So, all right, let's see who Houston's got here.
Cameron was talking about the XFL had the Hitmen. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to say, like, at least the Astros was it was a decent name to go to. But, I mean, the Wizards from the Bullets, it's like,
yeah, it's kind of rough.
Brutal.
Nothing's worse than the teams that move and don't change their names, though. Like LA Lakers, because all the lakes.
Don't you dare say a negative comment about the Utah Jazz. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Say anything. I'd love to see the Miami Heat move to Vancouver. Vancouver Heat. That'd be awesome.
That's basically the New Orleans to Utah move with the Jazz, right?
Pretty much. So here's what we're looking at for the Astros and their OPS against left-hand.
The Lakers was always pretty good too.
I love that Evan Gattis, the polar bear, or
Oso Blanco, right?
The white bear.
Bear.
Yeah. He had 3 good years. So
Dave's right. The Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty bad. Memphis Grizzlies. They wanted to name the Grizzlies the Express because that's where FedEx is
Oh,
stationed, and they wouldn't let him do it then. But now you can buy an ad and just put it on the jersey anytime you want, right? In the NBA. So
I kind of like the Memphis Express.
yeah, I would have gone for it, but yeah, Bagwell too. No shortage of bees in Houston. So we've got Altuve. Looks like it's going to be mainly righties up top, but Bregman, maybe Berkman. I love Lance Berkman, Big Puma. I think he's
cool.
Crazy underrated. He was good defensively in at first, left, and right. He can even play a bad center field. So yeah, here we go. Jim Wynn, great nickname, the Toy Cannon, because he was small and had this unbelievable arm. So Jim Wynn's getting in there right now, as a matter of fact.
Let's do it.
Right up here. Evan Gaddis. Where is he at? 900. Yeah, I guess Evan Gaddis catching. And if
let's put Gaddis a little lower. I don't.
You drop him down.
Yeah, let's drop him a little bit.
So we'll put. Man, I can't bet Biggio in front of Bagwell. That feels weird. Maybe we'll do that.
All right.
So that's Bagwell good. DHs. Biggio is. We already have a second baseman and a center fielder.
We're gonna put you.
I can catch Biggio.
Should we put Alvarez in left?
He's so bad in left, but he's such a good hitter. So look at that 3. Ooh. But to get Bagwell in and Well, wait a minute.
Oh, we'll put Berkman in left.
Here we go. No, Berkman will play right, which will let Bagwell play first, which will let Alvarez DH. Now everybody's happy.
All right. So what do we need? A left fielder?
Shortstop and a left fielder. So Correa.
Ooh, Jose Cruz. Yeah, let's do it.
We could play Tucker or Jose Cruz. Either way. You got a preference there, Roto?
Maybe Jose Cruz. Let's do it.
I assume Astro fans, Kyle Tucker's dead to them now, right?
Yeah. So, no one's going to blame us for that. Or we could put Cesar Cedeno in too.
He's fat. You know what? We might want to save him.
Yeah, for the bench.
For the bench.
We're home?
Fast. Oh, are we? No. It's Houston at LA. So maybe we should torpedo this lineup and make it worse. No, don't worry. We'll mess it up. All right. So there's your Houston Astros. Over here on the Angels, OPS versus right. So this is where it gets a little ridiculous. Oh, no, Torrey Hunter can play right field. I didn't want to bump Mike Trout, like at his prime, Mike Trout from center, just because Torrey Hunter can't play left. But
let's put him in the 2-hole.
Trout goes 2?
Yeah.
Where do you want Hunter?
Let's put Hunter. Yeah, we can lead him off, right?
Yeah, his all base is 471. He can totally lead off. But he'll play right. And then Ohtani next. Where's he cleaning up?
Let's put him in the 3-hole. Let's put Molina in the 9-hole.
He's
no offense to the Molina brothers.
He's 310, but nobody believes that, right? So you can start, but yeah. So it looks like Kendrys Morales. He might DH. Oh, no, Ohtani has to DH. Man, I saw this thing today. And it was, I think, Jeff Passan from ESPN. And he was just like, Shohei Ohtani can do it all. There's nothing on a baseball field he can't do. And I'm like, yeah, except play right field. So Freddie Freeman doesn't have to drag a bad leg around the World Series. Not that Freddie had trouble with it. But
he just couldn't throw, right? That was the thing, right? I don't even remember. How good of a fielder was he in right with the Angels?
He never played the outfield. I don't think not once.
Not DH, even with the Angels?
DH pitcher, that's it.
Really?
I'm like,
he must have been. Did he play a little first for the Angels? All right, I'll look it up.
I don't think so. You got to be able to shag flies in the outfield just in case, right? Come on. Anyway, and that was.
Right, I'm looking it up.
When Ohtani first came over, once you left the game as a pitcher, you couldn't stay in. That rule changed because of him. So if he could have played the field at all, he could have moved into the outfield or over to first base and stayed in the game on the days he pitched. Now the rule change made that irrelevant now, but.
Weber, you're so wrong. He played. He played 7 games in the outfield in 2021.
7 games. Oh, forgive me. Did he win the Gold Glove? 7 games, but how many innings, Rhoda?
Oh, Lordy. Let's see. He played 8.1 innings.
Right. So he stayed in a couple games after he pitched. Yeah. So
I just wanted to prove you wrong.
I stand by my error. I'm doubling down on my mistake. All right, let me see here. Can Tim Salmon play left? No. That's kind of a dumb thing once in a while. So to play Tim Salmon, I would have to play him in right. I would have to play Trout in left. And I would have to play Hunter in center. It's
probably better defense,
bad.
Right? Well, actually, Trout's a 10, huh? Wow.
Yeah, Trout's really high rated, but Hunter's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Just ask Munchkin here.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you are a little bit young. That's okay. I love Torrey Hunter because you can just tell how much you love playing the game. We need more guys like that, right? So
absolutely.
Good for him. All right, so we got Troy Glaus at third. Now we need a second baseman, and as Brent mentioned,
boom,
leading the league in total mustache, Bobby Grich. Such
a great stash.
I think we're good as long as I can't wait to see how many balls Kendrys Morales butchers at first. But it should be a good.
I have memories of Ohtani playing first. I must have totally fabricated this.
For Houston.
I mean, he barely played the outfield.
Number 12, Jose Altuve.
All right, we're gonna try to fix that one before his buzzer goes off. Let's see here. Options, narrative translations.
Altuve.
So Altuve.
Think you got it.
Altuve.
Oh boy, that was terrible.
Altuve.
What?
That was bad. Let's try this.
Altuve.
Taking it.
Yeah, we'll roll it.
I can't do better than that. All right, so let's get into the options here. We give control of Houston to the computer. Let's see what bigger heads look like. I mean, I like just for Bobby Grich's mustache. I think it's worth it.
Mustache covers the entire right side of the infield there.
And Kendrys Morales, dude, I'll never forget. He cracks a game-winning grand slam and jumps on home plate and breaks his leg and misses the rest of the season. Jesus.
How fluky. Did he actually? He must have landed on someone's foot, right? Is that the?
I don't know if he landed on a foot or if the spikes just went, right? And as the weight was coming down.
So fluky.
There wasn't, because there were so many guys waiting for him at home plate, there wasn't any good look at the break, and that's fine. Because Moises Alou was more than enough for me, right?
We didn't get the Tim Crumry.
Oh, so bad, right? Let's go back and see if we can see where the injury. Oh my goodness!
There's a certain injuries where you're just casually watching a game and you just sort of lurch back about 2 feet. It's like,
yeah. I think Crumry was the worst because he broke it a Super Bowl defensive tackle for the Bengals in the Super Bowl, broke it mid-shin as he was spinning a guy down for a tackle. So the circular motion had it like wobbling.
That Louisville basketball player too from a couple years back. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Where they just showed you just had a clear. It was just.
Yep.
You're just
like, and it was right in front of the bench, and the whole bench just like, I can't even.
Yeah, but was there? There was one of the opposing players, right? Was just like nonplussed by it. He just came over, just grabbed his hand, and was like kind of consoling him, and yeah. Some people are built different.
Look at this. You know what? I'm okay with it. We aren't going to belabor the point, but yeah, for the guys, forever, forever. Bass and Salmon. Oh, missed opportunity. And poor Joe Theismann, right? David Letterman years ago had a cool gifts for Christmas segment, and he had a Joe Theismann pencil sharpener, and it was a statue of Theismann about a foot tall, and you put
grabbed his leg.
You put the pencil in his hip, and then turned his leg around. It was funny. Okay, so here we go. Jim Abbott. Let's see what we got. All right.
That's how we do.
Off to a brilliant start here.
We needed an animated GIF with the waterfall.
Yeah, that's
center fielder.
I need a better picture of Jim Fregosi.
Jim, win.
He looks like he's beaming in from somewhere, right? It's not good. Here's the toy can of Jim Wynn. Got to be one of your dad's favorite players, right?
He's got the same chops.
Those chops are not stopping. And he's cracking a double down the line, it looks like. At least Altuve holds at third.
Right fielder.
Second
number
third.
17. Lance
Nobody out.
Berkman.
Lance Berkman up. Okay, so Fregosi has it. Says throw home 29% chance.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I get the feeling Abbott might not be long for this world, so maybe we got to try to help him here. So throwing home. Safe.
Third baseman. Number 2. Alex.
I don't remember the Jermaine Dye one. Was that a pretty bad break? Like visually?
I think he fouled it straight down. And it hit him he wasn't wearing a shin guard. It hit him on the top of the shin.
Yeah.
Just a straight ricochet. I don't remember seeing the leg break, but it bounced so hard because there's no skin there, right? There's no muscle.
Yeah.
It's just bone pretty much. And he felt like he got shot by a sniper, right? Just knew by how quick he was on the ground that he wasn't coming back from that. That was bad. All right, so one run in, Win at third, Berkman at first. Bregman lines it to Fregosi.
First baseman,
right, 2 down.
Jeff Bagwell.
Here's Jeff Bagwell.
These Astros have a pretty good lineup, actually.
Catcher,
Yeah, really,
Craig
not bad at all.
Biggio.
All right, so here we go. Look at the dip in Craig Biggio. Nice.
It looks like a double.
Yeah, maybe it's bubble gum. I can't really say because the teeth are sure white. But
Oh, okay. This one he was with Oakland. All right.
Pitching for Houston.
with Oakland.
I was thinking Royals for some reason, but
Leading off for Los Angeles, center fielder, Torrey Hunter.
All right, Torrey Hunter. Track 3. We got out of
Left
that, giving
fielder,
up only one
number
run. I'm pretty happy
27,
about that.
Mike Trout.
This Mike Trout's so cool, he wears his shades upside down. All right. I hope Trout
Designated
has a
hitter,
healthy year.
Number 17.
He's been so
Shohei
snake bit.
Ohtani.
yeah, I'm with you.
Shohei Ohtani. You know what? I'm going to leave it. We have an old post on our Angels board on eternalbaseball.com where I think it's from season
First
1,
baseman,
where a guy is
number
complaining
36,
about Ohtani being in
Kendrys
the Angels rotation
Morales.
when Mike Witt so clearly deserves the spot. Didn't age real well, but he may have had a point as a rook. But
Yeah.
all right, so we got Ohtani over there at first at 76%, Roto.
Why not? Let's get him in scoring position.
All right, off he goes. Run.
Especially after last year.
Right.
Got to give him the green light.
Now he's 77% to steal third.
That's so tempting.
I'm just here to be the Sun Devil on your shoulder.
Should we do it? Will anyone begrudge this? 77%. It makes zero sense, managerially.
2 outs, he's already in scoring position.
This is one of those where you wish you had the choose your own adventure book where you could just shove a finger in there.
Yeah, just hold on to it. Yeah. I say we leave him be.
Okay.
With 2 outs. With 1 out, I might give it to him. Kendrys Morales with a little tapper to Carlos Correa. Let's see if either of them get hurt.
Designated
Apparently,
hitter,
they both made it out
number
alive.
44.
Byron Buxton,
Jordan
however,
Alvarez.
injured on the play.
That'd be great to see Buxton get a full year, too.
I was saying the same thing about Royce Lewis. And
Yeah,
there
Royce
he goes.
Lewis.
Bam, there goes the hamstring. All right, cool. Here's Jordan Alvarez.
Giancarlo, full year out of Giancarlo would be nice.
I don't think you're ever going to see a full year out of Giancarlo.
Shortstop.
I just want a full year of Giancarlo in Colorado. That's all I want to see.
The bit this year where he shows up for spring training and he's like, yeah, I got some elbow tendonitis. Which one? Both. How'd you show up with both elbows hurt? Couldn't that something you could have taken care of in the offseason?
Must have been like some Olympic weightlifting he was doing or something.
Yes. Both. All right, fine. Yeah, here we go. All right, hold on.
I don't remember the Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard King broke his leg. It was bad.
Was it the same like tibia? Like just a
Yeah, it was mid thigh.
Oh,
It was bad. Yeah. And
like that's the femur. His femur?
yeah, I think so.
Ooh.
I just remember like the leg was it wasn't like sticking out or anything, but the leg was, you could just tell it was flexed a little weird mid thigh. And I remember he was laying on his back making fists and just hammering the court. Right?
Oh man.
Like it was so
Oh
bad.
wow. Good.
Yeah, look
Both ligaments. Ugh.
bad. Yeah, bad.
All
All right, so here's
I'm just glad we don't have the resources to show these as live as we're doing.
yeah, no segue. Here's
What's
Carlos Correa.
What's the Rogan joke? Like, hey Jamie, you can pull that up or whatever.
Jim Fregosi
Left
getting it done
fielder,
in the field.
Jose Cruz.
Look at Jose Cruz with the ice cream sand or the ice cream
Yeah,
scoop
dude.
hat, right? No ear flaps. You don't care.
I know that's uncomfortable. Get my Expos comment. Ooh,
He
did
got
you
a
get it?
lot of that. Torrey
Yeah.
Hunter's under it though, but it's gone.
Wow,
I give Roto full credit. He's the one who got Jose in the lineup.
man, huge mistake.
Jose's middle name is Thomas, which is awesome because it means he's Jose Tom Cruise. Yeah. I made that up. Anyway, here's Jose Altuve trying to keep Chuck Klein from that triple crown.
Was it like 3 years ago, or Bradley played Pittsburgh in the NCAA basketball tournament, and in the ticker it was Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I remember one time, here, we'll go crazy vintage, coming home from the closing shift at Pacific Video, and Troy Barrett and I are going to watch the Trailblazer game that we taped. And so we go to Troy's house, and the VCR didn't record it. And we're just bent because we've been avoiding the scores all night, right? It's way before cell phones, kids. We had like a take and bake pizza we were going to heat up. It's like 2 a.m, and we don't have the game on tape. I'm like, son of a... So we hit ESPN, and on replay, they have Troy State against Weber State. No way. And me and my buddy Troy are like, dude, $20? $20. So we put $20 on the winner.
That was a lot of money back then too.
That was.
What were you making on those shifts?
Dude, cash money, baby. I think I lost, as I recall. But the fact that the Trailblazers betrayed us, but Troy State and Weber State stood up, pretty exciting.
What were you making though? Like $6 an hour? I was making $6 at like Sears delivering appliances. So.
Right? Tearing up kitchen tile, as I recall. Rumored.
Allegedly.
Here's Jim Wynn. All he does is win, win, win. That should be his walk-up music. Hey, throw to third. Out chance 2%. I think we're good.
We'll hold Jim Wynn at first.
Yeah. That way they can do that crazy double steal on us. So 2 on, 2 out for Big Puma, Lance Berkman. It sounded good.
That sounded too good.
Now, Hunter's under it.
Oh, he's got it.
We got a really good outfield defensively. Great play.
Right fielder, number 15, Tim Salmon.
Tim Salmon, a former what, Brent?
Bend Angel.
Ben Buck.
Ben Buck.
Ben Buck. Yep.
That's right. They weren't the Angels at all.
So
long ago. He was he the best one? I guess, was he the best one that came through? I mean, Juan Samuel did with the Phillies.
Fregosi.
Did Julio Franco come through?
Oh, he may have. Yeah, it might have been Julio Franco. Yeah.
Julio Franco. Actually, Julio Franco's still playing, I think. So
Dude, that guy's bat speed with the way where he started his bat was just stupid. I mean, at like age 44, he's still getting around on 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
I like that other guys would ask him like for tips, and he was just like swing at strikes, and then he'd walk away. You know, the kid who asked for help was like, "Screw you, man."
Well, what are you supposed to tell him? It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I've got 20/10 vision. You know, it's like insane bat speed. What do you want from me?
I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a mutant. So
yeah, right. It's
I can't help you.
I'm sorry. Like, not even LASIK can get you there.
Right. I can't. I like to think all of us are that good at something. Most of us just never find it, right? So good for Julio Franco.
I remember when I was, I think I was in junior high in Bend. You know, I have no formal musical training at all. Like, I took a couple years of piano, didn't take it all. And one night I had a dream. It was the most beautiful like symphony I'd ever heard. And I lurched up out of bed, grabbed a piece of paper and a pencil, and then I just stood there and I was like, there's no way I can get this music down. Like,
right.
You know, I can't write dum dum dum. Right. It's like, I just remember just being just gutted, right? It's like, it was so amazing. I was like, I'm just going to write the symphony down. It's going to be amazing. My parents will respect me. This will be and
no.
It's like, oh, okay, well, I hope that wasn't my my one shot, right?
Then you went to bed and woke up and scored 5 goals at Harmon Park that next morning. That's what I'm talking about. And kicked the ball into the river on purpose. So we can send Tim Salmon to third. He's going to be safe 56% of the time. With 1 out, I don't think we need to test.
Yeah, no chance.
All right.
We need some runs.
Stay put. Oh, the toy cannon had the ball too. So
third baseman, Troy Glaus.
All right, come on, Glaus. I like that Glaus was a from LA, UCLA grad, played for the Angels. That's awesome. Doesn't happen very often.
Love to see that. Ooh, that's in the gap.
Crowd likes it.
Well, that's might be gone.
Yeah, look at that.
It's gone.
Cruz is not getting that. Oh, look, it's like a pimple on Cruz's chin. You got to pop that, man. Troy Glaus.
Second baseman, Bobby.
All right.
We're tied up 2-2. And in comes the mustache. Look at this magnificent bastard right here. I'm telestrating it. See, it starts way over here. And then it goes, yeah. Bobby Grace. He's the new sabermetric darling for the guy who probably should have got more consideration for the Hall. So he's starting to get
Bengi Molina.
Bengi?
That's cool.
Bengi Molina. Okay. Who's hitting 326, but we don't believe that. He's batting 9. We'll get him, Bengi. Yeah, that's about what we thought. A little one hopper in a second. And he's out. Here's Alex Bregman. I am fascinated with the Bregman in Boston thing because obviously he should be playing third over Devers, right? Mm-hmm. But Devers is the face of the franchise, the beloved star. And Bregman's deal has opt-outs after this year and next year. If he has a good year, he's gone. Well, we're not gone, but he's going to opt out, and they'll try to renegotiate with him, right? So they're bumping their franchise icon, and they should on paper. But wow, for a guy who's prickly, you know why he wears 2? Because I thought it was because he was a shortstop in the minors. I thought it was a Jeter thing, right? A lot of shortstops wear 2. That's 2. Lewitsky wore 2 for Jeter. No, it was because he was drafted second behind Dansby Swanson. And he never wanted anybody to forget that sometimes they thought someone was better than him.
I like it. She had a chip on her shoulder.
Need more villains like that, right? I wish he could wear a black cowboy hat on top of the hat.
Just swirless mustache.
Yeah. I just want to see Devers punch him at some point this year. It's going to be a good show. Here's Jeff Bagwell. Sit down. And here's Craig Biggio.
Ball forward.
Walk it.
Take your base.
Dip or bubble gum? Hard to say. That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
They both walked a lot. Here's Jordan Alvarez. I don't know if he's underrated, but he's certainly underappreciated.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, 1 out, throw home 19%. No chance for a double play, but we can get one guaranteed out at first.
What do you think?
Tie game, second inning.
Just go on.
Yeah, I think let's go get Alvarez. We got time to score more. Throw home, no. Better get Alvarez, though. Right. I didn't even factor in that Morales probably won't catch it. Got to remember that. Here's Carlos Correa. That's the best villain photo I could find of him, right? You booing me? He's at home there probably, so, but either way. Fregosi's no joke with the glove. I love that Andrelton Simmons is behind him on the Angels bench. Just going, all right, not bad. I would have caught it behind the back, but
Simmons was outstanding.
So good. He should be with the Savannah Bananas now. Some of the stuff they do in the field is ridiculous. Turk Farrell getting Torrey Hunter. It is 3-2 Astros here. We got to pick it up. I've been way too chatty. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Ooh, maybe.
The Puma's looking up.
No,
he's going to get it. The cat-like reflexes of the big Puma. Here's Jose Cruz. See if Salmon can cut it off.
Should have gone with Cesar Cedeno.
Right? It's our own fault. Here's Jose Altuve, whose name I fixed earlier tonight.
Yeah, there we go. Turtle banana ball.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea at all. Bill Spaceman Lee would be on one of them. I think Roy Oswalt pitched for the Bananas.
Oh, the heck, cool.
They do their whole bit is fantastic. Oh boy. Maybe we better check in on old Jim Abbott here. With 3 runs in through 3 innings and the bases loaded. Is it nobody out? Oh, nobody out. I think we're a little late here, Roto, but let's see what our bullpen options are. So it's a bunch of right-handers coming up. K-Rod's the closer. Brian Harvey's not bad. Scott Shields wasn't bad, but he gave up a grand slam that made that pretty ugly. And Ben Joyce, he's young, but man, can he throw. But a 5.15 isn't. Nobody's too happy about that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Harvey, maybe? Or no, Harvey's.
We could get Harvey. K-Rod's a closer, so for a long guy, we got Chuck Finley, but he's a left. He's a lefty, and this whole lineup is set up to hit lefties. Of course, so is Frank Tanana. I don't know that there's a good option here.
Yeah, why don't we just do Finley for now?
Yeah, it could be worse. He hasn't pitched yet this year, so. All right. Look at this. He's so handsome. That's why he married the girl from the White Snake video. Good for him. I remember they got divorced. Like, she attacked him while he was driving a car.
Oh, wow.
Like, the story was they were dressed up to go out. They got in a fight in the car, and she pivoted in the passenger seat and started kicking at him with heels on while he was driving. So there was a divorce. And the road start after that went public. The visiting team's music guy played "Is This Love" by Whitesnake while he was warming up, and the ump threw him out.
Really?
They could throw, like, I remember a minor league game where the umpires were disagreeing with themselves about a call and discussing it. And the organist started to play the Mickey Mouse theme song, and he threw the organist out of the game. So there's all sorts of things that umps can do. Okay, so we're going to the bullpen.
I'm assuming they have to like write notes after the game, like who they threw out and like why. And
Chuck Finley.
What was your rationale?
Yeah. He played Mickey Mouse while we were discussing a call. Okay,
fair enough.
Reasonable. Okay, so we got bases loaded, nobody out for Lance Berkman. Oh, Tim Salmon, be my hero. I think you might need a jetpack. Run it down.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. You know what?
Ben Buck.
Sack fly is brilliant. I'll take a sack fly on the warning track. You bet. So one down. Here's Alex Bregman.
Called him.
I loved it when Bregman was a free agent and they thought the Cubs were one of the teams that might make a play for him, which would let him play right next to Dansby Swanson, the number 1 pick in that draft. Maybe that's why I didn't sign there. That's down the line, but foul. Let's see what Mike Trout can run into.
I don't think he's got it.
Get there.
Foul ball.
Nope. But he didn't hurt himself, so that's a win. I think we're getting out of this, Roto. As long as Morales can catch. Oh, it could be 2.
Wow. All right. So done.
We had bases loaded, nobody out, gave up 1 run. Pretty excited about that.
Abbott is just consistently giving up ones.
Yeah, just French fries over and over again on the scoreboard. Run, Morales, slide. No, maybe not.
Slide.
Here's Tim Salmon, who made that big catch and now hits a home run in the phone booth.
Tower and pop up.
Finds the stands. He stays alive. And now he sends one to the gap.
Ooh, that's not
Cruz is on there. So weird that Cruz wears a batting helmet in the outfield, but we'll allow it.
John Oliver.
Yeah, exactly. Jim Fregosi not doing much.
I think I told you or told the broadcast a while back, but I saw him one time when I was living in Seattle. He was just in a mall with his family. Just the most unassuming guy you've ever seen, right? It'd be like like Peter Crouch. You just see him, and be like, you'd never think he was a professional athlete. Just
Olerud was tall, wasn't he?
Oh, where? Yeah, was he like 6'4" or something? Yeah, he was really tall. Just kind of unassuming,
and I never ever bother athletes when I spot them in public, but I always like to walk near them just to size them up physically. It's really hard to tell on the screen, right?
Yeah.
I walked by Jorge Posada once, couldn't believe how short he was.
Really?
But yeah, just funky.
Yeah, Oliver, he was with his family, so I wasn't gonna say hello or anything. But
you were a big Olerud fan, though, right?
Yeah, he had a great swing. We used to love to watch him hit.
Remember, he pitched in college, and they never let him pitch in the bigs.
Yeah, that's weird, right? You think he would have had an appearance there and here and there?
And I bet you were looking at him in the mall, going, "God, I wish I'd have brought my catcher's mitt for him to sign."
That's some deep inside lore right there.
If you know the inside baseball in that one, more power to you.
Yeah, no batting helmet in public. Yeah, I think he felt like he was relatively safe from head injury there.
That's ridiculous.
It was a pretty upscale mall, so.
Yeah, you're pretty much safe at Circuit City. Here's Jordan Alvarez.
Maybe if he slipped in the food court.
Right.
Somebody left their Sbarros, like meatball sandwich or something.
Here's your hot dog on a stick. I always felt bad for those kids working in there with the hat. I'm like, how much does your dignity cost, man? Like, I had some bad jobs, but
I bet they must have bumped the minimum up a couple bucks for people to.
Here's a complete non sequitur. So at a recent job of mine, the worst supervisor I ever worked for, my boss's boss, big Clemson fan. I don't care beans about Clemson. Never have. Who cares, right? But this guy was a Clemson, not just fan, but alum. Big fan. So much so that when they lost in football, which wasn't that much, Mondays would be a bad day at work. he would just be so wretched to everybody that we would root for Clemson by default just to make our lives easier, right? So anyway,
that's crazy.
Terrible, terrible boss. Anyway, came to find out he got let go earlier this year. That's a shame. But Clemson, if you're following the NCAA tournament, just got booted out by McNeese State in the best first round upset. And that game was here in Providence at they call it the Dunk.
Oh, so he was probably there.
I guarantee you he was at that game. So happy about that. So
love it.
Yeah. So not to name names, but
what's the German phrase?
Yeah.
Schadenfreude.
That's it. You could probably narrow it down. But anyway, congrats to McNeese State. Here's Carlos Correa.
The McNeese State shout out on our Eternal Baseball podcast. I love
if you had McNeese State on your bingo card tonight, good for you. As Correa singles Bagwell then, and it's 5-2 Astros.
I guess we got to go to the pen at some point. Let's get Finley in.
Yeah, we can do it right now. Like, Abbott wasn't bad, but it wasn't
Pitching
good
for
either.
Los Angeles, Chuck Finley.
All right, Chuck.
Consistently poor, we'll call it.
There you go. You can always count on him to give up 1 run an inning. Oh, Trout, how are you going to miss that?
Poof.
On Correa comes around on the throw to second. That's just cold. It's like they knew what was coming. Altuve taps it to Glaus. Makes a long throw. Morales is terrified, but catches it. Use the whole body, right? Like bring it into the breadbasket. It's 6-2 Astros. Man, we're running late. I've been way too chatty. Let's see what we can get going here. Troy Glaus. Not enough. Here's Bobby Grich. I'd trade that mustache for a base hit, Bobby. Just saying. Benji Molina.
Ooh, there we
You
go.
got to be kidding me. It doesn't quite have the steam. Here's Jim Wynn.
Strike 3. You're out.
Lance Berkman.
Strike 3.
Ooh.
You're out.
We may have started the wrong guy, bro.
Wrong lefty. That's a quick inning.
Just like that. Here's Torrey Hunter. Top of the lineup. Run, Torrey, run. Man, I thought he was faster than that. Must be old Torrey Hunter. Here's Mike Trout. Run, Mike, run. Look, he's slow too. They must have watered down the infield. Here's Shohei Ohtani. All right.
There we go.
Fine.
Steal second. Oh, that's the wall.
It's a gapper.
Send him.
He's going to third. The throw.
Poof.
Not in time. Triple for Shohei Ohtani. With 2 down, here's Kendrys Morales.
Ooh.
Not quite. Jim Wynn runs. No, I don't know about no hits, no runs, no hits or errors, but no runs for sure. So upsetting that my cat woke up.
Ball 4.
Gosh, she's disgusted.
Dude, don't hurt yourself, man. You were asleep for a long time. Hey, how about I just sit right here? That'd be cool. Cats, I'm telling you. Hey, dude, you should go to bed. This is Colin. He's got 12 toes. That's pretty much his story. He has kind of a love-hate relationship with everybody, but he's sleep drunk right now, so he's friendly enough. Torrey Hunter with an amazing catch.
Bagwell going to try him?
Okay. No. Here's Carlos Correa with 1 out. lashing a single to Torrey Hunter. Will Bagwell try to score?
Guess we got to get Tanana up now.
Yeah.
Might as well gun him.
Yeah, let's get him at home.
Come on, Hunter.
3% better chance if we cut the throw to third. I like the saving the run part better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Or not. It's fine. Good guy. I'm gonna help you out here. Come here. There you go.
Dude, Cruz is gonna be player of the game.
Right, 3 for 3. Okay, so hang on. Get back to this bullpen here.
Frank Tanana.
Where is it? Oh, he's way up here. Just this parade of lefties.
Just getting crushed.
We're going to get Ben Joyce in there at some point just to see if he can break 100. Get there, Jim. And score a run. Throw home 5%. No. As this game is clearly slipping away from us. Here's Jose Altuve. Oh, it's over Glaus's head. And past Trout to the wall. This one, it's hard to say it got away from us fast because it's been like 1 to 2 runs every inning.
Just
well, 3
drip,
now.
Drip, accelerate.
All right, let's visit that bullpen, see if we can speed Tanana up. Still warming.
Jeez, everything.
Come on, Torrey. He caught it. What do you know? It's the most exciting thing that's happened all game. 17 strikes.
Other than the Altuve name change.
That's true. I'll tell you what, us coming back would be the real 7th-inning stretch. I don't think that's happening. 9-2. So I'm only looking forward to Ben Joyce. Or maybe pinch hitting Andrelton Simmons for Mike Trout, just to see the look on his face. Here's Jim Salmon.
Ball 4.
Okay.
Get your rally caps on.
Right? Could be starting something right here. I love that the Salmon, this isn't a mistake. I picked a Salmon picture with the California Angels helmet because that CA is still solid.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Here's Jim Fregosi. Good bunter. He taps one down to first. Bagwell to second. But Tim Salmon clotheslines Carlos Correa. And they only get one. Hey, Fregosi's 74%.
Why not at this point? Let's do it.
Oh, he got a bad jump. Now it's 55. Man, this is a tough game. I'll bet Troy Glaus.
Here's
got a
the
lift
guy.
on it. Yep. Go for it. 50% if we send him to third. We probably better not, given that we'd have 7 runs.
If they had a chance to score, if that was at third base, I'd say, yeah, why not? But
Big. Okay, so Bobby Griggs ain't done nothing. It's just who else can play second? Howie Kendrick can. And who are we facing right now? It's still Turk Farrell. Do we have anybody who kills righties?
Garrett Anderson. No.
Yeah, give me Brian Downing or Garrett Anderson.
Yeah, let's do Garrett Anderson. Or,
Right.
hey, let's put Downing in. That's fine.
We're really trying here, folks. Here's Brian Downing.
Pinch hitting for Los Angeles, Brian Downing.
Cool pick. I like it.
He's just like, we got this.
He needs the glasses, but
Yeah,
cool
he
pick
really
regardless.
does. Oh, no. Run, Downing, run. Safe.
All right. Should we do our double steal?
Downing's like 50% to steal second. But Benji Molina? I mean, really? You know what?
We
I'm
can
down.
put Downing in. Yeah, let's pinch hit for Molina.
Oh, wait a minute. We were
We'll
going
put
to...
Downing in as catcher, right?
Yeah, we can do that. Hang on here. Down
Put
into
Garrett in.
But Garrett for Molina. Oops, not for Finley.
Pinch hitting for Los Angeles, Garrett Anderson.
All right, Garrett, another underrated guy.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. As he hits a little floater down to Bagwell. Oh, well. All right. So now we got to do a couple things. So Downing is going to catch. And we need Howie Kendrick.
Oh, yeah. Don Baylor? We could just throw him up there to get hit by the pitch.
I forgot about Baylor. I think he's barely played. I don't know why he hasn't been more active. Normally he's helpful. All right, so maybe the Finley experiment's over. We'll see what old Frank can do.
Pitching for Los Angeles, Frank Tanana.
Oh, the mustache is incredible.
Tanana.
Canada. Oh, no. Berkman was not impressed.
Oh, jeez. That's like... No,
The beat
was that the
is
first
on.
pitch?
I know it was the first pitch. We'll see what was it. Fourth pitch. All right. At least it didn't embarrass him. Here's Bregman. Run, Kendrys. Here's Bagwell. Felt like Fregosi should have had that.
Just need him to wave at it a little bit more there.
Oh. Fugio.
Take 3.
Sitting down. 0 for 4. Jordan Alvarez. The other guy's supposed to be hassling him in the dugout. 9 runs in, you're 0 for 4. As the designated hitter.
It's like, bro, just listen to the just listen to the dugout.
I'm warming up Ben Joyce. Because that's all I have left. Here's Soriano. Not quite. Mike Trout at 0 for 3. He hasn't helped much either. Jose Cruz has been busy.
I think I definitely would have left this game in about the 7th inning.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have flipped the channel. Right? Come on.
It's like, all right, get your stuff, kids. We're leaving.
Yeah, time to go. Here's Ohtani. I took the kids to see a Pawtucket Paw Sox game years ago because Craig Kimbrell was rehabbing. And they always get a closer or a reliever in early in a minor league game to rehab. So I knew he'd pitch early, and I wanted them to see him do the hangman thing with the arm.
Yeah, for sure.
He pitched the second, and that was all my kids could do to get through the second inning. With ice cream and like candy corn and everything. Like, just let me see this guy pitch, please.
If I can get my kids to the 5th inning of a Bees game, that's magic.
Right? Oh, so bad. Oh, there we go. Then I'm going later this summer. I'm going to Fenway. It's the only second time.
Hey, cool.
I'll see. It'll be Red Sox, Rays. It just happens to be the tickets. We have a cousin in town who's a big baseball fan. He's never been to Fenway, so we'll take him to Fenway, and then we're taking him to Yankee Stadium for Yankees Cubs on a Sunday. That'll be a good game.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Okay. Yeah, have fun.
Here's Tanana. Popping Cruz up. Oh, I almost forgot. I got a Ben Joyce present to unwrap.
Dave wants to know if we can put a position player in.
I don't know if we can do that. Maybe. But we can't put Ben Joyce in. Let's see what the kids got.
Pitching for Los Angeles, number 44.
Why does he look like
Ben
John Tudor?
Joyce.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh?
I guess he's he went to high school with Greg Oden, apparently. 92.
92. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Must have been
having elbow trouble.
Change up.
Take it.
86.
Ugh. We might be seeing who's the Neil Attaché, or who's the main guy? Who's Dr. Freeze, or what do they call him?
Who's Dr. Freeze?
Did they go to see like
Oh yeah,
or the elbow specialist.
Elbow
and whenever
guy.
they go to see him, it's ball game basically, right?
Yeah, there's a sign at his clinic that says "Abandon Hope." All you need to enter here. Hey, Ben Joyce is pretty good. All right, so Turk Farrell's trying to close it down. Here we are, bottom of the ninth. It's Kendrys Morales. Ooh, sounded great, but no.
Jeez, just didn't have it today.
Tim Salmon. Jim wins, like no big deal.
It's like Willie Mays out there.
Big old magnet in his glove. Is there anybody left? Oh, I'll give you Don Baylor. You want a little Don Baylor?
Yeah, let's do it.
If we go to extras, we'll keep Baylor at shortstop.
Pinch hitting for Los Angeles, Don Baylor.
When Baylor was the Rockies manager, and he was a lot bigger than his playing days, and they wore purple, Jim Rome christened him Grimace. And it was not a big Rome fan, but that was a pretty solid nickname. Here's Don Baylor.
Well, good thing is we would have beat the traffic.
Man.
The final score from Angel Stadium, Houston 10, Los Angeles 2.
We had 4 hits.
He is now 8 and 6.
We only had 2 guys who got a hit.
Abbott is the loser. He is now 0 and 1. Lance Berkman hit home run number 25 on the season.
Oh, man.
Jose Cruz hit number 5. Troy Glaus hit number 14. Time of the game, 3 hours, 7 minutes.
We had 4 hits.
Felt longer. It felt longer.
Right? 4 hits. Ohtani had 2 and Glaus had 2. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there were 11 guys who got no hits in that game. Well, Kendrick never got to bat. You're off the hook, Kendrick. But 10 guys. So let's see. Your MVP is Turk Farrell. Good for him. 10-2, Houston, LA. Well, folks, like I said, it's 100 floors of terror. They ain't all going to be hits. So,
we should have just gone with the EverQuest.
Yeah, hey, we play some EverQuest. Weber Soze never disappoints. So, the disclaimer, it's usually better than this, but not always. That's baseball, Susan. Good kudos to the Astros. They're making a little run here. If you like what you saw, God bless you. It was a pretty dry game, but got 2 more teams scratched off the to-do list. So that's my takeaway from today. But if you like baseball, remember, we're the guys that got you through this long, long winter. So as we all look forward to true opening day for Major League Baseball, keep in mind that Eternal Baseball is still rolling. We'll take it all the way up to the Eternal Series. And the beauty of Eternal Baseball is we will crown our 5th Eternal champion before the MLB All-Star break.
I love it.
So we get out of the way and let you enjoy the stretch drive. And then when MLB hibernates, we'll be back for season 6, baby. You can find us on eternalbaseball.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. We're very social. You can find us all over. If you see something that you think should be changed, a player we're missing, a rotation that needs tweaking, a guy who should be playing more, a guy who should be playing less, drop us a note. If the stats bear it out, we'll make it happen. Like we always say, we'll never know any team better than their diehard fans. So drop us a line, see if we can help make your team a little bit better. And we will see you next week for another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.
Good night, everyone.